In this video, I'm gonna show you guys how I created one of my best edited videos and my thought process behind it. So I'm in Premiere Pro right now. I do edit all of my videos on Premiere Pro. So one of the very first things that I do before I even start editing is I need to look for my songs. So for this one, it was fairly easy to find the right song for this video. So what I did is I used Epidemic Sound to find a lot of my songs. I love using Epidemic. They always have a ton of songs that I can choose from, different kinds of moods, genres, anything like that. It was more in like the dreamy section of Epidemic. So I sent them 5 songs and then they chose from there which song they thought was the best. So for this one, it was a lot easier to find the first type of song. So this is the one that I ended up finding. It's called Genesis by Oi. So finding the song wasn't super difficult for this video. I know for a lot of filmmakers, finding the right song is always one of the toughest things to do. At least for me, when you have that perfect song, the flow of editing just goes so smoothly. So after I find the right song for my video, one of the very first things that I do is I start color grading my footage. I do film on the Sony a7S III. I film on S-Log 2. And if you don't know what S-Log 2 is, as you guys can see, the color on my screen is really flat and desaturated. So what S-Log 2 does is just gives you a lot more room to color grade rather than if you were just using color straight out of camera, like let's say with a Sony a6100 or anything else below that. You can really mess around with your colors a lot more and make them look way better than they actually are. So for this video, what I did is I do have a LUT pack from Daniel Schiffer. If you guys don't know who he is, he's a product ad filmmaker, so I did buy his LUT pack. So what I was doing is I basically just looked down a lot of these LUT packs, and one of the best ones that I saw was this one called Denim. But as you guys can see, when I click on it, look how different it looks from the actual edited video. So I did have to do quite a bit of color grading. So I really had to mess around with the colors here just to make it a lot brighter, because as you can see on the right side, the original LUT pack just looks very dark, very dark. So I think one of the very first things that I did was I just raised up the exposure and the whites just to like brighten it up a bit, probably put a little bit of contrast, and then dip the highlights maybe a little bit. I have my preset saved here so I can show you guys exactly what I did. So to achieve this color, it looks like I just bumped up the exposure just a little bit, put quite a bit of contrast, lowered highlights, kind of lowered shadows, really bumped up the whites, because I do remember when I was making this video, the background was still not as like infinite white as I wanted it to. And then I went into my curves, kind of did just a very slight S curve, and then raised up midtones, dropped a little bit of shadows, and then raised up highlights again. And that's how I created this color. So after my color grading, that's when I actually started getting into the editing process. So when I originally filmed this video, we got into a meeting and we were talking about kind of how they wanted the video to be, and they were showing me some example videos of how they wanted it. What I got from it was they wanted each individual model in the video, and they just wanted to show emotions. So when I first started making this double model look right here, one of the first things that came to my head was to use the mirror effect. So I went in and I used mirror. But the thing with mirror that I was really struggling with at first, I could not get it to where I could see the model like 2 times perfectly. So right away, that mirror effect was boom, gone. So I had to figure out another way to get that same effect and to make it look good. So what I did to create that double model effect is, let me just drop my color into here. So it's super simple. If you don't know what masking is, that's basically what I did to achieve that look. So I'm gonna just show you guys how I kind of did it. So I'll grab, let's just use that clip right there. We'll delete the rest of it, and we'll grab another clip. Let's grab that one right there. So we'll grab that clip and we'll stop it there. All right, so to create that effect, basically it's super simple. So you go into effect controls, you go into your opacity settings. I think I went into this square one right here. So what I kind of did is I made half of it visible, and you can see there's a lot of just blank space right here. So I moved that video all the way to the side there, and then I grab my next one, and then I also mask out her. So there's that. So then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna unlink that audio. I'm gonna do that same exact thing with this one. All right, so after I create these keyframes, you can see it's just super simple. I just put one right under the other one. So I'll just have this one more to the right. So then from here, it's really just kind of messing around with the keyframes again and making sure they're both in the frame. So see, as you can see, I kind of just cut her in half like that. And then I feather it out so then you don't see that harsh line. So as you can see, like if you just wanted to make it a little bit better, then it would just have to just go more into your keyframes, kind of moving around your keyframes. Just kind of a tedious process, but this is basically what you would have to do for every clip, or what I kind of did for every clip. So see that she kind of started fading out. So just kind of fix that keyframe a little bit to make her not as faded out like that. And then just the more you do, the better it'll look. So that's basically like what it looks like now. I mean, it looks good. It doesn't even look like there's the line there. So that's how I did that 2 model effect. It was something super simple. The main 2 things of this video was really just the color grade and the double model masking effect. So I hope you guys really like learned a lot from this video. I wanted to show you guys kind of my thought process and kind of what goes behind the scenes of when I edit one of my videos. So always just remember, whenever you do use a LUT pack, there you can always make the colors a lot better than what the LUT pack originally is. And then always just remember to make something different. I knew right away when I was filming this video, I wanted it to be different than a lot of the other videos that they were showing me in the meeting that they had, for example. So I came up with this concept of the double model and they absolutely loved it. So if you guys have any other questions on editing tips or any other videos you guys want me to see that incorporate how I film, edit, or how I just go about my day, let me know. Leave your thoughts in the comments below. But anyways, guys, I hope you guys did enjoy this video and learned how I created one of my best videos and the workflow behind it, and how you guys can incorporate this into your own video business as well. So if you guys did enjoy the video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe for new, and I'll see you guys on my next video. Peace out, everybody.